Right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Licence Board. Can I ask, first of all, I'm Councillor Cathy McEwen, I'm convener of this board, and I'll first of all ask for, is there any apologies?
There are, Councillor McEwen. We've got apologies today from Councillor Patterson and Councillor Michelle Campbell.
Okay, thank you, Douglas. Any declarations of interest?
Good morning. Yeah, I think I would need to declare my son's just in the process of negotiating a job with the Mar Hall. So I think at this point it would be a connection, potentially, rather than a conflict of interest. I think once he took up employment, maybe I'm not sure if it would be best just to stand back anyway.
But what item is it, Councillor MacDonald?
I think there's item at Mar Hall later on in the agenda.
I don't think that's the case.
There's a premises.
Janice?
I think it's just an individual license or something. But Mitchells and Taylor are on. Is that maybe from the last meeting?
I think I'm not sure what page it is you've got.
I'm looking at page 9.
Page 9. Yeah. That's fine, Councillor MacDonald. Basically, sorry, Aileen Connell just confirmed. I think that's the delegated items, isn't it, Aileen?
Yes.
Those matters have already been dealt with under delegated powers and aren't for the board to make a decision on today.
Yeah, I was just conscious that they were on, so I should declare something. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Can I ask for a roll call, please, of members present? If I can ask the clerk for that.
Thanks, Councillor McEwen. Yes, today we have the members we have present today are Councillor Cathy McEwen, Councillor Andy Steele, Councillor Kevin Montgomery, Councillor Janice MacDonald, Councillor John Gray, Councillor Jamie Maguire, Councillor Bruce McFarlane, and Councillor Alec Leishman.
Okay, thank you. So we will now start on the first application for a major variation of premises licence to be considered, and I'm now going to pass you on to our legal clerk, who is Douglas Campbell, who'll explain the procedure today and introduce it as well. Okay, Douglas, on you go.
Thanks, Councillor McEwen. This is an application for variation of the premises licence for Morrison's Daily in Foxbar Road, and there are no adverse comments to the application. I think we have an agent here, a Ms. Sorry, can I just check who's actually appearing for Morrison's? I thought it was Ms. Montgomery, but I might be wrong about that.
Morning, convener. Morning, Douglas. Taylor is my name. Richard Taylor, solicitor for Morrison's.
Thanks, Mr. Taylor.
I've been called much worse.
So,
and good morning, Caroline Montgomery here as well.
Thank you. Mr. Taylor, Ms. Montgomery, just to confirm the position in relation to the matter, there's no adverse comments indicated. All I think you're seeking to do is add alcohol deliveries. On the application paperwork we've sent out to you, we've indicated that the board has several policy conditions that would normally be attached to an alcohol involving off sales where deliveries are concerned, and obviously that's something you'll be able to touch on in your submissions.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, if you want to talk to the application, go ahead.
Well, I'll be very brief. Thank you, madam. So an application to vary the operating plan to allow Morrison's grocery deliveries effectively to be fulfilled from this store. As far as those 4 conditions are concerned, they reflect how Morrison's operate in any event. There is the robust age verification policy, order registers, everything that you would expect from a major operator like Morrison's fulfilling deliveries. We challenge 25 on the doorstep, as you'd expect. Any doubts whatsoever, any alcohol is removed from the shopping and isn't delivered. It really is as simple as that. As far as timings are concerned, we have a cut-off, a 9:30 cut-off for alcohol deliveries, which makes sure that the order is processed within the 10 till 10 permitted hours. In the absence of any representations at all, please can we just add the ability in to send Morrison's food out from Morrison's store? Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Taylor. Any questions from members? No questions. Well, I'll simply put the motion forward that we agree the application. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
convener. Just to
thank
clarify,
you.
so that's for the benefit of the parties present. Is that within the normal conditions agreed?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Taylor and
Thank you.
Ms. Montgomery, that's us for today.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Bye.
Right, good morning. Okay, we're now, we're now going on to the second application for variation of premises licence. And once again, Douglas, I'm going to pass over to yourself to introduce it and explain the proceedings today.
Thanks, convener. This is an application again for variation for the Student Union in Story Street, Paisley. There is an objection from Police Scotland to this application. If I can just identify first of all the parties present for this item, I think it's a Ms. Scott and a Miss Daly maybe here from University of West of Scotland. I think I can both see you on the screen, but you should just confirm.
Yes, that's
Yep.
correct. Sinead Daly.
Yep, I'm Romina Scott. Thank you.
Okay. Douglas, we can't hear you. You seem to
Sorry,
have
my
a problem
apologies,
with
convener. My apologies, convener. And so thanks for confirming. And from the Police Scotland side, we have Sergeant Robertson who'll speak for the police today. Thank you. In terms of the procedure today, just to confirm to parties that the board would usually hear from Police Scotland first of all, and then would give the people from UWS a chance to just address the board on the police comments and as to why their application for variation should be granted. Just in terms of maybe some introductory remarks from me, I note that Police Scotland have indicated, made reference to the club, the Licensing Club Scotland Regulations 2007 in relation to honorary or temporary memberships. And that's maybe something that the university representatives will speak about in their submissions. I suppose, just to be clear, obviously clubs are in a privileged position in terms of when they hold licenses because they don't have to have a designated premises manager. They're not subject to the rules and over provision, and they don't require to have sales of alcohol authorised by a personal licence holder. But I think the police are obviously just wanting to double check that you still will be working within the terms of your club rules, and also I should highlight that there are also within the legislation a requirement for occasional licenses if you're essentially selling alcohol other than to members and guests of members, so you would still require occasional licenses. I think it's just the wording you're looking to clarify, though, isn't it, on your operating plan? But these are matters that you can pick up, and it might be the subject of questions by members. Can I double check from both yourself, Ms. Daly and Ms. Scott, that there are no preliminary issues in relation to this matter before I pass back to the convener?
No.
Can I also check, just for completeness, check with Sergeant Robertson that you're happy with the initial summary that I've given?
Yeah, no issues.
Thanks. Convener, you may now wish to hear then from Police Scotland, given that no preliminary matters have been raised.
Okay, Sergeant Robertson, can you speak to your objection, please?
Okay, convener, good morning. I'm not sure if the letter has been previously read out at previous boards. This is the first time it's come to my attention since taking back over the department. I appreciate it was before the board on the 21st of November 2022 and again on the 3rd of February 2023. So I'm not sure if the letter and its contents had been previously read out at that time. Do you wish me to read it over again?
I don't think you need to read the whole letter over again, Sergeant Robertson. We have seen it several times. But I suppose what I would be looking for, because you are making a point of saying that, now let me get this right, that as young persons are to be allowed access to the external area, the area should be supervised by an appropriate number of SIA accredited stewards at all times. So I suppose maybe I would want you to elaborate a wee bit more on that. You know, you do offer say as well that there could be a considerable degree of flexibility in that. So if you could maybe talk a bit more on those two.
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast itself. The fact that we would have attendees at the locus who are under the age of 18, and if the area isn't properly stewarded, that they could have the opportunity to consume alcohol, given the fact it's an outside area. The Police Scotland don't have any issues with regards to, in principle, to proposing non-members entry to the premises via external ticketed events. It's just having that degree of comfort, and the board itself having that degree of comfort that, say, for instance, 2 students attend, one is 18, one is 17. The 18-year-old buys 2 pints. Who's going to challenge that the 17-year-old isn't consuming the alcohol at the event if it's not properly stewarded? Now, Police Scotland are, as we stated in their letter, there's a degree of flexibility there with regards to, we're not proposing specific numbers with regards to the stewarding of the event, but there has to be some sort of comfort, for your honours, and some